Hi, everyone, and welcome to For the Love of the Map. I'm your host, Julia, aka Sweet Tea.
I'm your host, Marla, and together we are your non-stop connection to everything supernatural.
With 2.5 years of experience and over 8,000 combined workout sessions, we test it all so you can get right to the fun.
Hi, Julia.
Hi, Marla.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, listen, we got lots to discuss today. First,
Lots.
my cat is here. I've got treats. We should be good. We'll see what happens. He might come say hi. Second, I feel like we should talk about this before we get into the meat of our episode, which is about Dancy flow. That is what we will eventually talk about.
Eventually. In about 2 hours, maybe.
Let's hope not. maybe though.
No. Let's not edit a 2-hour podcast episode.
So last weekend, the 18th, now that our recording dates are different, it's weird to talk about things that just happened, even though they're coming out like a week later. Anyway, so May 18th, we were gifted with a pros only flow workout.
Yay.
Yes, it was pros only day. The title is Bow Down. It is 17 minutes. The amazing Dwana coached it. We need to talk about it.
We do need to talk about it. I was awoken, as usual, in all the channels, all the places with the Marla pros. It's pros only day with the emojis of the party. And so a lot of excitement, chatter. Got on the community and didn't really see a whole lot of chatter about it yet early in the morning. So I was very excited to jump in. Only 4 songs, like you said, kind of short. We recognized 2 of the songs for sure. The Hand That Feeds is in another pros only that we love. Madhouse, actually. Yeah. We got to get that word in too. So we were excited to jump in together and experience this one. So yeah. What did you think?
Unlike you, I was excited it was pros only day. But I was waiting for everyone to wake up because I was awake before everyone else, and I'm waiting and looking in the community. I just started getting this weird feeling like I'm not as excited, and I thought, well, I'm going to take a little nap and wait for Julia to wake up because I can't play it until she wakes up and she has coffee and she's ready. So I took a little nap, and I woke up. And I still wasn't all that excited, but we got in because I was like, it's pros only day. Yeah. Why am I not excited?
Well, part of our issue was that we saw some gameplay from The Hand That Feeds, and we were like, okay. So I saw the gameplay, took my old gameplay, put it together, and we found out it was exactly the same. So we were kind of like, okay. So that already gave us some feelings before we even went into it.
Yeah, because pros only flow, and it goes the same for boxing too. It's so far and few between. Please don't recycle maps for me. Please.
Not for pros only.
Not for pros only, because it's disappointing. I mean, I'm going to say it. It's disappointing when we've already done that. I've already mastered that one. Give me something new. Please. Some changes. I was hoping at least there would be some tweaks, some changes, because when we had Justin on our podcast, he mentioned that he would edit this song. So when I saw the gameplay, I thought to myself, there's no edits, what's happening. And I don't know the reason behind all, the behind the scenes stuff, but so maybe that was partially why I was a little not as excited as a typical pros only day. Listen, I'm just going to get right out with it so we can move on to our real
I know we're going to sit and skate around this for an hour.
We are. Listen, it was a good high workout.
It was.
It was not a pros only workout. And I would even say that the last song, The Hand That Feeds, is no longer a pros only for us. And I'm going to say because that came out so long ago. It came out almost 2 years ago. And it's just...
We've trained so much with it.
Exactly. Yeah. Now,
so it wasn't fresh and new and exciting.
Yeah. Is it a pros only? Yes, that song is a pros only, but I wanted more, and that's because I'm spoiled and I love pros only workouts.
Yeah.
But this was a solid high. I played it twice. Once with you, like our typical tradition, and then I went back in and played it the next day alone, so that I could really investigate and really think about what was happening. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got 100% accuracy on my second play. So there's no replayability for me on this one. It's just not complex enough. It's not a pros only I would go to be challenged.
Well, and I think in the conversation we had while we were doing it, it kind of felt like an older pros only.
Yes.
That we would have gotten, a year or two ago. And usually when we go on a pros only together, we can't talk a whole lot.
Right.
And the sounds that we are making are screaming or, Julia, did you see that? Julia, did you get that?
What just happened? What is that?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, is it going to happen again so we can master it?
Yeah.
It was a lot
and we usually jump right back into it to do it again together.
We do.
So now I will say there was nothing uncomfortable, nothing that felt bad.
The angles were great. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything felt great. It just didn't have that pros only complexity that we've been seeing in the last year and a half, 2 years and in the pros only. So it was kind of a letdown because we don't get them a lot, like you said. So when we got this one, it was like, oh, well, that's kind of like a high. And I feel like I do need to go back in and play it by myself. I have not done that yet. Mm-hmm. So I really do need to do that. But yeah, it was kind of, the day was like really exciting. And then it kind of got, I'm not going to say it was sad, but it kind of felt like a letdown a little bit, so.
Yeah.
But
I think that this would be a good high or a good pros only for people who aren't used to doing pros onlys or who have difficulty with super complex patterns, because this one repeats a lot.
It does. Mm-hmm.
I know the third song, When Worlds Collide, I really enjoy the pattern there, but it's just the same pattern over and over again. It just repeats. It doesn't change with the music. And I think there's a little bit of multi-lane work in there. I wouldn't call it complex. I would call it more like you're stretching and using, that part of your body a little bit more than we normally see in a high. Again, I think we will both want to be clear that this was not a bad workout, but we were expecting a pros only, and for us, it did not feel like a pros only.
Right.
So I think my first playthrough, I missed one target, and then my second playthrough, I nailed it, 100% accuracy, all triangles, all targets, and I want to get a 99.5 on accuracy the first few times.
Right. To be really challenged. Yeah.
I really do. That's what's going to get me back in the headset and motivated and want to continue to play it over and over again. But
I think the first song was my favorite and the third song was my least favorite, but I feel like that's because it didn't spin us around.
Yeah, we were in 3 portals. I thought for a minute that I had put forward facing on, which is something I do not do. Like no. I'm being held and forced to put forward facing on basically when that happens. Yeah. I can count. I think I've done it 2 times. I've done forward facing 2 times in my whole life, in my whole supernatural life. So I was a little shook by only 3 portals. So again.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what we get next.
Sound so
We've
negative.
talked about this too. I know. Yeah.
We have bad weather here, so forgive us if we talk over each other. We don't have a great connection today, but I don't think this is a horrible workout.
No, not
I know
at all.
it comes off like we're very negative about it, but that's, what we do. We critique the choreography. We look at it in a different way than the majority of people, I think. So, again, thank you for the pros only, but can we have another?
Well, and we were talking about this. It is kind of, this reminded us how the boxing pros onlys are, and those are very unpredictable. So this was kind of like a lower pros only in a flow world, in our flow world, and we haven't seen that in a while.
You're absolutely right, because pros flow workouts are consistently intense. We know what to expect, and I was not expecting this when I saw pros only that day. I was expecting Fusion Fiesta, go big or go home.
That's right.
I was expecting to need to sit on the floor between songs.
Well, I mean, look at the cover art. I think that's very. It makes you feel like you're about to
bow down,
get into something real. Yeah,
there's
real
fire
heavy there.
on there, and what do we think of when we see fire?
Yeah,
we have been brainwashed to assume it is a madhouse.
Yeah.
And I know that there are no more madhouses. The series is over, but part of me saw the cover art and I was like, oh gosh, we're getting it. We're getting a real good pros only today. So anyway, let's get to our actual subject for today.
But as we say, this is for someone, and I think you kind of mentioned that too. That this is someone's favorite workout. So, and I think that's awesome that that's there for someone, for that to be their favorite that they play. Yeah,
not knocking your choices or your thoughts on the workout at all. It's just not for us.
Not at all. Right, and that's okay.
Yeah, 100% okay. 100%. Just like madhouses aren't for some people. They are for us. So we'll just keep playing them.
They are.
You just keep playing the ones you like.
That's right.
So today, we mentioned a few weeks ago, we talked all about flowy flows. And I promised myself I would never say that sentence again, because like hearing that podcast over and it was like flowy flow. Oh man, that drove me crazy. Anyway, we mentioned styles of flow, right? We talked a little bit about it. Let's talk more in detail about dancey flow today. And
this one made our heads spin thinking about this, because we had a full circle conversation about what is dance.
I started overthinking a little bit because it's very subjective, right?
Yes.
If you like the music, if the music makes you dance, you're going to dance. Are you a dancer already? Does music naturally make you dance, or are you someone it's difficult to get to move? So is it the choreography making you dance, or is it the music making you dance, or is it a combination? It's just, oh man, my brain was like, la, la, la.
Yeah. Well, and we asked our friends for some, what are your favorite dancey ones? And there were so many that came in, but then we realized to us, we were like, well, no, that one's not dancey, but it is to them. And, wasn't as much to us unless we just added that in. And so music can be such a huge proponent of that and can really make you dance. But then I personally want the choreography to make me dance, because I'm not a dancer. So to be given everything that I need and not have to add in my own, that gets me really excited. So, but for you,
well, when we broke it down, there really isn't a lot of workouts in the library that offer a lot of dance moves inherently in the choreography. in the sense of like right out of a music video. I mean, this is not a dance game. Let's just say that right now. This is not Dance Dance Revolution. We're not trying, but it is also at the same time very dancey and movement heavy and with the music. So I think there are inherently a lot of workouts that just get you to dance if you let go and you're, allow yourself to really use full body movements and take advantage of the two-step triangles, that kind of thing. And you can find this in flow and boxing. Slip bars get you and I dancing and moving all around.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Even the block targets more recently.
Right. Especially when they start coming out of multi-portals. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure. So I guess, you would think that just dance workouts would naturally make you dance, right? Fuegos.
Yeah. Fuegos, jazz.
Yeah, but who naturally thinks? I don't.
Is that it?
For me, I never once thought jazz would just inherently make me dance. But then there's swing dancing. There's all of these styles that go with jazz music. But would I pick, if I was in a dancey mood, would I pick a jazz workout to go dance? No. But some would.
Well, I have one listed down here. Because Chad told me, you need to go do this one. It made me dance. And so I did it and I was like, oh, okay. And I've done some boxing ones with that style of music and I can't stop moving my feet. So I say I want the dance moves in there, but I didn't need them for those. I mean, some music you just can't help yourself. You're just all over the place everywhere. I don't prefer, I would prefer the choreographer to put in there what we need, but sometimes I guess you really just don't need it. You can just, like you said, do your own dance, do your own thing and go with what you feel. And some people like that wide open feeling of being able to do. Some people don't want to be restricted by the targets or by the triangles. Well, obviously we have to have the targets, but by the triangles and by the knee strikes and things like that. But we've had some very dancey, choreographed on purpose flows
I like
and boxing.
Both.
So
yeah, I like both.
Yeah.
I like the opportunity to add my own things. I really like it when I notice that in the actual choreography, they're having you do dancing moves. But I really don't think there are actually a lot of workouts that are choreographed for the dance that, say, in the music video or the artist did. Maybe it's the choreographer who is interpreting their own sort of dance movements. That's something we would have to ask them, but my take on it, I think we see it more in medium than we do in highs.
Okay. Yeah. Except for the what is it called? The Fuego, the Fusion Fiesta.
Well, Fusion Fiesta is its own thing. And so is JK-pop. If we're going to go ahead and skip to all those, that's only two in the high pros only category that I would consider intentionally mapped for dancing.
So you think it's better when the intensity is dropped to a medium to be able to add those things in there. But then in turn, sometimes it makes those workouts feel like a high because all that's in there, even though it's labeled as a medium.
Yes, exactly. And that's probably why I enjoy them, because it has the space, the time to add more movement, but it also elevates the workout intensity because you're adding additional movement. So that is definitely why I like it, because you can make those styles of mediums or lows into a higher pros only because the time is there. I think the first time I really saw intentionally mapped dance movements and not interpretive, like you're moving your body and it's the music, but intentional, was the JK pop pros only, the do, that song. Look, watch the music video. We're going to put the music video right here on the screen. We can't play the music because they'll give us copyright, but the movements of the music video are what the targets and the triangles are having you do. You are in that music video.
Yep.
That was the first time I noticed it.
So the first time you did that workout, did you feel like you were doing the dance? Or
100%.
Did you... See, for me, I had to like work on this. This felt chaotic to me at first. And I had to watch the music video right before I got into it. And it took me a while.
Right before.
See, and I did too, but it's like it all erased and my brain just freaked out. And then I stumbled all through the workout. So it's taken me a while. It did not come very naturally to me. Now when I do that workout, I can envision it and I can do the moves, but that came out, over a year ago. So I've grown a lot since then and learning how to move more, but it was not something that was easy for me. It felt very out of place and I was like, what is even happening here?
Well, you admittedly say that you're not a dancer, right?
No, I'm not.
I mean, you said you've never...
concrete hips.
And it takes a lot of work on your part to get into dancing. And you would rather have the choreography be there telling you how to move so that you can dance. And again, this example is a pros only. It's not meant to be mastered on your first, second, third play. At least that's how I view pros only. So it makes sense to me that you were like, whoa, and overwhelmed and had to work on it. Did I do all of the moves as intended by the choreography? Definitely not. But I did get the dancey vibe. I felt like I was in a music video the first time I ever played that song. And then I continue. Like, now I want to go play that. I also want to play Ray because Ray is really good.
No, me too. I'm thinking of that. I'm like, I can hear the music in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, point is, that is an intentional dancey workout, as is Fusion Fiesta. I feel like Fusion Fiesta is definitely an intentionally mapped dance workout. What's another one?
Well, I mean, we could go way back, and we didn't even discuss this before the podcast, so I'm going to spring this on you.
Go ahead.
But I think the first time they actually tried was in the April Fool's workout when we thought we were going to dance to polka. It actually has us trying to do the electric slide. Now, I don't know if they had all of the things available to them now and the knowledge available to them now with all the targets and triangles to make you. And I feel like it could be done way better now. And we did the Macarena, which we did do some of the moves. And then we did that version of Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
And which obviously JK Pop, is the pros. And we actually have a comparison of those two. You feel like you were doing it in the medium, but really in the pros only. They really have you doing the moves pretty similar to the video. So that one, I think it might be the very first one that I think they tried to really make you dance like you would see the actual dance. The one that sticks out in my mind the most, I think, and I got the most excited about, and we have talked about this, is the Shamrock workout. That workout, it still blows my mind when I think about it. I don't do it often because it makes me jump, and it hurts my ankle. So my ankle hurts me, and I try not to do that so I don't flare it back up again, because this one really flares it up. But Oh, this workout. And I know you were there. And we've talked about how excited I got, like
Yes.
ridiculously.
Right.
And I loved it because I didn't have to think about what I was doing. This choreography was put in here and told me exactly what I needed to do with my body to do the straight up river dance. And I just want a whole workout with like 6 songs in it, making me do this through the whole thing. Sometimes I even want to throw my controllers down, put my hands behind my back, and just do the whole footwork. That wears you out.
Yeah.
But anyway, that one was one of the ones that made me the most excited. And I think another one, obviously, we could talk about that made me very excited was Boss Moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
agreed. The first 2 songs on Boss Moves, the whole workout is very dancey, but you're doing the Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah.
Like you're legit doing the Cupid Shuffle, which still blows my mind. Again, this is not a dance app, right? Supernatural is not marketed as a dancing workout. But any kind of movement that we're doing and that we can add and make it fun, it makes sense to add dancing to. So the Cupid Shuffle is just, I still can't believe we did the Cupid Shuffle, like the legit. Like you could film yourself just doing the Cupid Shuffle and then film yourself doing the workout, the song Cupid Shuffle, and you could probably sync them together. Like it would be the same. It just blows my mind that is possible in the space of VR and Supernatural. So
I love that song as first too, because you can just go in there.
Right.
Do the Cupid Shuffle and get out. The rest of them are very fun too. And that workout, the whole workout will get you sweating pretty good. It's
For
very
sure.
medium plus. But I mean, I really had never done the Cupid Shuffle or knew the Cupid Shuffle. I don't think I've ever told you this. The dance moves in that whole workout, I'd never really seen or known. I knew the song of the Cupid Shuffle, but the other, and I know the song Low, which I don't think has its own dance moves video. But I don't know how you say the second song, Soulja Boy and You're a Jerk. Those have actual dances to them, right?
Yes, they do.
And I'd never heard of those 2 songs. And like I said, I'd heard of the Cupid Shuffle and I knew it had a dance, but I didn't know what it was. I'd never done it before, but I felt like I did it pretty well not knowing, because it directed me to go exactly the way I needed to. So, of course, I looked it up after, but so fun. And even the one Low that doesn't have dance moves with it, you can appreciate the movements in there that make you move well with that song. Like you're going back and forth in the lunges, hitting a target, going lower each time. The little smack target that we smack when we say it every time we do. So, and I think that would be an example of it makes you dance. But are you adding your own dance moves in that one, do you think? Or do you think it has its own dance moves in the choreography? See, this is where the gray lines just get blurred around.
And this is, I can sit here and think about this all day. In fact, I pushed this episode off because I had to overthink it all. Adding your own dancing. I think the best thing that you could ever do is find music that moves your body. Find a workout that your body just lets go and move your feet. Pick your feet up, y'all. Yeah. Y'all pick your feet up. I see your videos. Pick your feet up.
Don't just stand there.
Don't just stand there. I know it's hard, you're learning, but as you're progressing in your supernatural journey, get out of your play space. Move. Allow the music to take over and the movements and add some or follow them. Follow the targets and the triangles. Let go. And I think any workout can be dancey. Truly.
Yeah.
So
I think so too.
And we don't know the intentions of the choreographers. So maybe they are putting the moves in there to get us to dance, but we're not interpreting them in that way. Properly, or we are. Some of us interpret, look, I can't believe I'm going to mention this, but there is a medium throwdown called lassos and line dancing.
It's my favorite hoedown.
I don't have a favorite hoedown. This one does get you to dance. I have played it a few times, at least 3 times, because I'm interested in the choreography. It's got you 2-stepping nonstop. It's got great lassos. I mean, I don't know the country dances that we're supposed to be doing, so maybe that was the inspiration for it.
Yeah.
But I would classify that as a dancey workout.
Yeah, and I link this one and the salsa ones together because you have to watch the warm-ups. And in the warm-ups, they are intentionally teaching you dance step moves with the coaches. These are the only 2 workouts I know of that the coach is like, nope, let's watch the warm-up, and these are the moves you need to know before you get in this workout. There is one other. I know you're excited to talk about it.
There's lots of them, Julia.
There are, but these are the most important.
No, there are lots. Y'all skip the warm-ups. The coaches are over here trying to prepare us for new stuff, and we skip them. And then we don't
At least watch a warm-up once. At least watch it once.
And then we don't know. And then how are we going to ask them to give us new moves and new things if we're not willing to watch the trainings on them, you guys?
That's very true.
There could be lots of hidden things in here that we have no idea because we keep skipping the warm-up or turning the coaches off.
That's right.
And they're talking about it. This is a whole other tangent that I can go on.
It is.
But back to intentional ones. There's lots of just dances that get me to dance, and I don't think I think the choreography is there to get you to intentionally move your body more. Yeah. So you mentioned fuegos. I want to talk about the pure salsa workout.
That's salsa. That's the one I was linking with. Yeah, there's
the warm-up
dance moves in.
Yeah. You have to watch the warm-up for that one. There's lots of workouts you have to watch the warm-up for. I mean, there's another one that I'm going to mention that I believe is dancey, and people are going to be like, what? And this is one you cannot skip the warm-up. And it is one of my all-time favorite workouts. It's with Coach Doc. It's Rapture, Earn It. Don't skip the warm-up on this. There are tricky knees in the song Own It, and if you're skipping Doc, you're gonna miss how to do these. They're my favorite.
Well, even Doc says that they were very challenging. This workout was very challenging for him. Yeah,
for sure.
And he said he had to do this one 3 or 4 times before he actually got the knees down, and they were very difficult knees. Now we can go in and get them just fine. We figured them out. But the first time we played, we were just like, what is happening in here? And I think that's where there's a fine line of like, in choreography, and this is a whole nother topic, I guess, but do you want to go back in because you want to get it right and it was exciting to you, or did it frustrate you and you're like, I'm never doing this again? And like, where is that fine line? It's probably different for everybody, I'm sure.
It is, and it's definitely a mindset thing. I've never once gotten frustrated in Supernatural in that way. I know that happens to you often, or used to. I haven't heard you talk about it recently, but like I remember you rage quitting some pros only boxing.
Yeah.
Julia's like, Marla, why are you calling me out here? I take that back. I have been frustrated, and it's because of angles and setup. Because I feel like this target did not lead you to the next target. Why am I sitting over here? That's when I get frustrated. But like when it comes to complexity or challenging, no, that makes me excited. And it makes me want to get back in. It makes me want to continue to try. Just like Own It. First time I saw those knees, It took me months to get 100% accuracy on this workout. This is a high. This is a high. We're not even talking about pros only here. It took me months.
Very challenging.
I remember the day I got it, and I was so
You
excited.
linked on to swerving really quickly. But it really does make you swerve.
Dude, I could have a whole episode on this workout. That's how much I love this workout. I know it's not for everyone. I would classify this whole workout as a dance workout for me. And see, this is the gray. For some people, they're going to be like, what? This is not dancing more. No, it is. Move your body. Pick your feet up. Dance. Move around. Swerving. This is the exception to the rule when I said you can't find flowy flows and highs. Swerving is a flowy, dancey flow. It is, it's so good, y'all. So good. But I won't get stuck here because I
know I need to get you off that workout.
Yes,
I
you
think
really have
that
to.
we should talk about shake your groove thing.
Oh man, that medium. Oh man, I love.
So are there dance moves in that, or does it just make you dance? See, and this is where it could really break your brain.
Yes, the two-step triangles are really getting you to move around, and I feel like those were very intentionally put there. Also, you should be dancing.
Yeah, I need to go back and do that one. That one, we have Shake Your Groove thing now and a quick hit, so our inclination is to go into that a little bit more because we can get to Shake Your Groove thing a lot faster. But you should be dancing. That one was a good one too, and it's last. So,
it's last.
But the whole workout's really good.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't remember a whole lot of the choreography in that one.
Oh,
I need to revisit
the choreography in You Should Be Dancing. It's one of my favorite. Those Shake Your Groove thing, You Should Be Dancing. They're dance workouts for me. And see, this is the thing. But are they dance workouts for other people? Maybe there's like a huge population of users who don't even want to dance. They're just hitting targets.
True.
So I feel like it's very subjective.
They may not even like the dancey workouts. They might be getting in to do those hardcore drops and break stuffs, and you know how we joke and we're like, we don't want to work out to Disney music. You know what I mean? That doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm not going to put Disney music in my ears and go to the gym. That doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
But dance is a form of exercise, so that makes sense. But some people, they don't want to do that, and that makes sense too. One of our friends, Banana's favorite workout, the Jazz It Up.
Yeah.
Do you think that makes you dance because of the choreography, or just because you want to dance?
Yep.
Choreography.
All of the above. I feel like the choreography. And see, this is the one that's so hard. I feel like the choreography does lend to swing dancing.
Yeah. This one's very fun. The Jazz It Up going swinging with Coach Dwana High Intensity.
Yep.
Which song is it that is like, there's one in there that's like my most favorite. Is it the Harlem Shout? I don't remember now. And we don't have the last song on here, but there's one of them in there that's like my favorite one over all of them. And I think you have a side-by-side with Banana
have two
to this song.
Side-by-sides.
Do you?
We recorded the first two songs on this workout, Shorty George and In the Mood. I think we might actually have a third that I just never posted because I made her record a whole bunch. I was like, we can do your favorite. And she's like, okay, on it. Tell me which songs. So
wear a dress.
That was a surprise. I didn't tell her to wear a dress. She wore a dress, and I may have cried a little bit. So yes, that, I don't know. Is it? I think the true test is people who don't dance. Like, you know, you, Julie, you've learned to dance over the years you've been playing Supernatural.
Yeah.
So,
and not just dance. I've learned how to move.
Yes.
Because when I first started, I just stood there. Like you said, when you're telling people move your feet, I wasn't even doing that. So I had to start from the very beginning, learning how to just pick my feet up and actually move myself, because I couldn't figure out why people needed a mat. Like, what's wrong with you people? Why do you need a mat? Just where are you going?
Where are you going?
I'm having trouble here. I don't need a mat. And then I started moving my feet.
Yeah.
Thanks to one of Jess's really good videos. We've mentioned it before.
Yes.
One of my favorite videos on movement. And she goes through showing you just add this in and then add this in. And then, then you can start adding whatever you want in after you learn how to move your feet and lift your legs. And
you got to lift your legs.
And I think that back when I first started, I think I've said this before too, that the choreography didn't really lend to much movement. It was, there wasn't, you go play some of the older 2020, 2021, that was hard to say, workouts, and there weren't a whole lot of triangles and things in there and side to side steps and things that you would see now. Yeah. To make you move like that. And a lot of them that I did were like the hardcore, EDM stuff. But I lean a whole lot more now and put my whole body into the workouts and pick up my feet. So the next thing, which I'm glad, now we're seeing new and different triangles and new ways to move our bodies introduced in. And I think they've done it slowly over the last year. We've really been seeing some new and fun things that pushes us to move our bodies in different ways in the choreography. So, I feel like over time it's just going to keep going and going. There was another medium Jazz It Up classical or classics covered. And I just did this one on a whim because it was the workout of the day. The last song, Cry Me a River, which most people know. It's a Michael Bublé. I felt like I was in a Broadway musical performing, and just the way that the choreography and the triangles and things made you move, it was so dramatic, and you really felt like you had to put that drama in there with the way that, I have gameplay, so I'll put it in, the way that they made you move and do some of the tails around your head, and it was just, I got done and I was like, okay, I got to do that again, because the feeling that it gave me. But somebody else may get in there and be like, well, that wasn't dancey to me at all. So it's very interesting.
So prime example of this, well, one of the most fun dancey songs is in a high intensity workout with Coach Doc again. Why is
it's always Coach Doc? Are you summoning him?
Maybe I'm gonna try. Come on, Coach Doc. A lot of people know this workout, and it's going to be Rap Attack, Get Crunk, and the very last song, Pull Over. You cannot do this song, this workout, and have your feet planted in the mud. There's no way. I'm just hearing the song in my head right now, and I just automatically want to go into a lunge and do
and pull over.
Yes, and pull
You're
over.
turning that stairwell to pull over.
I am. Man, I freaking love that one. And the way the triangles move you and the targets. Oh man, we got to play this one today.
I know. We haven't played Crunk in so long.
Oh, we haven't. This whole workout is really good, and it's great points.
It is.
And it's with Coach Doc, so it's like trifecta of awesomeness. That's here. Right. Man, this is going to open up such a great discussion within the community, because I really believe this is a subjective subject, unless it is spelled out for everyone, like the Pure Salsa Fuego workout, and they did not skip the warm up. They listened to Leanne. You're going in there to do a salsa dance, right? And so you're interacting with the targets and the triangles in the mindset of, I'm here to dance. I'm here to salsa dance, right? But if you're not going into all the workouts with that, are you picking your feet up? Are you dancing? Are you getting the vibes? I don't know. I only know what the workouts make me do, or when we do a big giant community side-by-sides and we get lots of people's videos, everyone's got their own style.
They do, yeah.
I do especially love when we pick really dancey songs, and then I get to see everyone dancing more. That's always one of my favorite things too.
Yeah, that is fun to see everyone. And in the Pure Salsa, we actually, from Supernatural, got a video of the choreographer, Asia, doing the workout and showing us the dance outside of the headset, and then kind of phasing into showing us her doing the exact dance she was doing outside the workout headset in the headset with the workout. So it's really cool when they do things like that.
So that video that you're mentioning about Asia is what opened up my eyes and sort of like my excitement about the choreography team. That's what started me on the deep diving of finding things, because I did that workout the day it came out. I saw the post, I watched it, and I watched it over and over again. I was like, who is this chick? Like, she's mapping this. She's the one. And look at her moving and dancing. And the way they go from her just dancing without a headset to the workout and the jump edit, and not a jump, the transition, all these fancy video words. I don't do those things. Anyway, it got me very interested. And then I went and played the video or the workout again, because I saw her, the way she was moving and doing it. Anyway, it's one of my favorite workouts to recommend. I know it kicks, if you're doing it the way they're asking you to do it, it is not a medium.
No.
It's definitely a high. We'll have to share that in our group.
It works your glutes,
because
of all of the sidestepping that you're doing. I mean, you're doing
the shimmying you're doing with your legs, and you're moving all around. I love that workout.
This one, even though I've gotten better at dancing, is still very hard for me.
I know.
This workout was either you loved it or hated it when it came out. It sparked a lot of conversation in the community when this one was released. And I did it several times. I'm like, I'm going to get it this time. And this one is very hard for me to do.
This is one of the ones that made you frustrated.
It did. Yeah. But I'll still get in there and try every time. Usually by the end, I'm just doing my own thing. But I mean, there was a lot of people who posted their videos.
Yes.
And some people could do it, and a lot of people could not. And I'm fine doing the salsa until I have to hit a target. And then my body freaks out. And it's like, no, you're going to stop moving down here and you're going to move your arms instead. And I can't do both.
That's funny.
So I have a hard time.
I would love to see more of these dance focused.
I would too.
Workouts.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's easy because it's fuego and it's the salsa. So you can make a workout built on that. But surely there are other genres and dances that overlap that we could see a workout for. I think that would be really interesting if they put out that kind of a series with the intentional choreography to get you to dance,
I agree. Seeing the choreographer doing that, and they're the ones that mapped it, I think that's really cool to be able to experience that and feel kind of connected to them in that way, because they're the ones that made it. So they're the ones that are showing you what they intended for you to do. I saw this medium Just Dance Ride the Rhythm, and I believe you put this one on here. And I was curious as to, was there a specific song, or was this one that made you dance? Or
this is a gray area workout.
Oh,
this is a Just Dance workout. So you would think this workout makes me dance. I have lots of side by sides. I think I've recorded every song on this one. I very much love this workout. I think the movements do lend to dancing.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what the intention is. It's the way I interpret the choreography that makes me dance, and the music. I love the music. So, and it has room. It has the space to allow you to add extra movements. Like I can go forward and backwards, not just side to side on my mat.
Okay.
To hit targets and do things. So this is a dancey workout for me. Now, is it a dancey workout for someone? We need Chad to do this workout. Chad.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a workout and tell me if you dance. He's going to be like, no, Marla.
Well, I don't know if I'm familiar with this one, so I'm going to have to add it to my list, because I was like, why is this one on here? I knew it was one you added, but I didn't know why. So I'll have to add that to my list too, to see how I feel about it.
Yes.
So we don't talk about boxing a whole lot.
There are boxing
and with dance, you know, but
I think there are some. There's not a lot for me.
There are a few.
But there are a few.
Well, I mean, there are some, like you said, that will just make me dance because of the music. Mm-hmm. But I do think there are a handful that actually try to, like, put dance moves in there or intentional things in there to make you move your body a certain way.
I think when it comes to boxing, all they really can make you do is do the shoulder shimmy and change stances. Yeah. But you can't really, can't make you do the Cupid shuffle and box. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It doesn't translate that way. But when it comes to the music and adding slip bars and bobs and weaves and blocks, it can get you in a dancey place. You know,
the only one that I can think of that they added anything was the tap dancing one. I don't think we even have that one on here, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
But it kept changing
Mighty
stances
Musicals.
back and forth. Yeah,
it's
Mighty
with
Musicals.
Dewana, and it's the second song. And you cannot go in focus mode for this. You need the cues from Dewana. She warned you. Yeah. She tells you you're going to do tap dancing. And if you know that going in, then you can kind of channel your inner tap dancer. And so when you're moving your feet and going from stance changes, you're not just changing your stance, you're tap dancing, you're moving your body, you're moving your feet. And so that part and the way the targets come and you're dancing in the song. So again, it's subjective, because if you're just standing there hitting targets and changing stance, no, it's not going to feel like a dance, you know? No. That's why I didn't include it on the list, but it is one.
But I think they all kind of are in boxing. I mean, even our favorite one that we have on here, the Dance Around the World, Block, Rock, and Beats. Oh, that is my favorite boxing right now.
That is a dancing boxing dance workout for me and for you. So you
and
are
the
dancing.
last time we did this one, I really put my all into it, like even more than I ever have before. And I was extremely sore the next day.
Yeah.
And I was sore in my glutes.
Yep. And my
abs was with all the block targets and the what are they called, the slips to get you to really move. But there's a lot of footwork, but you have to add that in there. There's a lot of footwork of the movement that is in there that I was really doing a whole lot of. Like I said, in the next morning, that's the only thing I could think of that made my glutes as sore as they were.
Well, yeah, because you're constantly changing. You're doing a lot of footwork. And so all your weight is on your legs. And so when you're turning and doing things and going up and down, you know, that's one of the things that I love about this boxing is I'm actually doing a lot of squatting or forward lunges because the music and the movements tell me to, at least. So I think that's why it's getting your glutes, because you're going a lot lower than you typically would. And I know for supernatural boxing, they don't really want you to make huge dramatic movements when you're doing the slip bars. Right. It's just very slight. But in this workout, I do the complete opposite, and it's awesome. You know, I make big movements.
There was a high intensity fuego call to arms, and I forgot to put it on here, that came out right after this one, and it gave me the same feel. It didn't have all the, you know, the why can't I think
all
about
the bars.
The bars. They didn't have all the bars in them, but I still had that same back and forth, moving around, dancey feeling. And because I didn't have all the bars, which some people don't like the boxing call to arms, but I do, because I feel like I can freely move my lower body however I want without trying to get somewhere to get situated for a bar. So there's a little bit more freedom, but that one makes me dance too. I'll pop that one up on the screen, but I don't think you've done that one. I told you you needed to, but I don't think that you actually got to it. But it actually reminded me of this one. It was a little different, so you'll have to add it to your list. Because I want your opinion on it. It was very interesting.
She just wants me to do a call to arms.
I do. A boxing call to arms, not your favorite. See, and it's mine.
I know.
But it was, there's a whole lot more put into the call to arms that hurts your shoulders a little bit than the full body movement ones. But
yeah,
it was a rough one.
There's another high that I think is very subjective. I don't know if it made you dance, but it's a rapture. It's called Poppin' and Knockin'. And the movements in that one and the music. Listen, I love rap music. So I always move and dance and add my own things to that. But the way the slip bars had you move, I really did feel like I was dancing. So I think that's another example. You know what? I was going to say these are all highs, but we do have a low on here. A low boxing suggestion for dancing.
A low boxing.
I'll let you bring that one up.
Oh, this one? Do I even know this one? The Hoedown Throwdown Joyride Low with Dwana.
Why are you spacing on this one?
Why am I spacing on this one?
I don't know.
What was this one?
This one does lend. I think this is a subjective example. I'm not a Hoedown fan. We all know this. And this one had me grooving. So that's why I put it on here. But I'm not sure if I was just like into the music. I can't believe I'm saying this. But the bars are what made it dancey for me. And the combinations with the bars lended to more dance. So that is a low. But all the rest we have on here are highs. So
are highs. But do you think the low gave you more room to dance because it was a lower intensity?
I do. And that's why I have a hard time.
A Hoedown Throwdown.
Yeah. And this is why it's hard for me to talk about flow or just choreography style as dancing, because I believe it's very subjective unless it is fuego, salsa. Like it's an intention. We know that this is a dance workout.
Yeah.
So that is
very
my
true.
thought.
Have we confused everyone?
I think so.
Probably. Well, we will definitely have a post up in our podcast group for the Love of the Map podcast on Facebook. And we would love to hear all of your thoughts on all of this confusing. No, it's not confusing. On if you think the dance, do you want it in the choreography? Do you not want it in the choreography? Do you like to add your own? Do you think it's subjective? Like boxing flow? We want to know all about it.
Right.
So it's going to be a very wordy post.
Well, I plan to make a graphic with all of the ones that we know for sure are intentional dance workouts. But there's also a lot of subjective ones on here. I know.
There are.
So I feel like we should share them and have the community share them with us as well.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested to talk about this. I'd love to have like a Zoom meeting where we just talk about this. Because my brain was, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a great topic. And then I started really thinking about it, making notes and researching. And I was like, no. And at one point I turned the music off on a workout. And then Julie yelled at me, don't do that. No, don't do that. That's all. No. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I was like, I'm leaving mine on. You do what you want.
I overthink things. So this is who I am. So that's probably why I like to escape into dance, because I'm not overthinking. I'm just moving. I'm letting the music take over. It's also why I like complex pros onlys, because I just have to surrender myself to what is happening. And I really don't think about it.
Yeah. But I mean, if you think about doing the Cupid Shuffle without the music on, you're probably not going to have as much fun, even though those dance moves are there for you. So the music plays a huge part.
It really, really,
and how
really
you move
does.
your body, whether or not
really
the
does.
choreography is there or not. So
it really does.
It's an interesting topic. I think it's one of the most, almost, if I will, if I could say, confusing ones that we've talked about, because it's like, well, is it or isn't it? And it's just so, it's very thought-provoking.
It's not a clear line.
No.
I felt like flowy flow, there was a clear line in determining the choreography there and speaking about it. But for dance flow or dance boxing, dance workouts, it's just so subjective.
Yeah.
Like I know our friend Julie, when Boss Moves came out, she freaked out because Crank That by Soulja Boy, she was like, we're doing the exact moves from the music video. Like she knew right away.
Yeah, she did.
But did everyone?
I didn't, because I'd never done I knew it was trying to make me do something, though. It was complex enough that I did feel that I'm like, it's telling me to do something. I'm not trying to make up my own stuff, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening here.
What you're supposed to do. I remember that.
I felt that it was like, okay, this is different, and it's wanting me to move a certain way. Like it's concrete. Well, I mean, you could do what you want, but I felt that it was a whole dance move situation, but I just wasn't familiar with it. So once I familiarized myself with the dance, I was like, oh,
it clicked. This is what I do. Oh, okay.
So I even crossed my feet in the part in the dance video. Obviously, they can't make us do that in Supernatural, and they probably aren't allowed to make us cross our feet, because they're always telling us not to cross our feet. But it's really fun if you could get that in there to cross your feet. You really feel like you're doing something then. Now, I probably don't look as cool as I feel like I'm looking, but it's fun.
No, you definitely look as cool as you think. I promise you.
Oh, well. You promised, because you saw me, right?
I did. I
still need to record that one.
I promise you look just as awesome as you think you do.
Why is it when we turn the camera on, we can't do the things, though? Not here, but I'm talking about in our side-by-sides. It's like, I've got this. I've nailed it. And then, something happens.
It reminds me of that time we recorded Alone, the last song in Not in This Alone. And we were in a party together. And we were like, okay, we're going to go so low on our squats.
Yeah, so
like
low.
we're
not even going to talk to each other.
Dude, we were so out of breath. We watched it back. We watched it back, and I was like, hold on a second. It doesn't look like we're low at all. But it felt so low.
Oh, man. So low.
This is why you got to record yourself, y'all. Record yourselves. Have to.
We weren't low. No. We didn't even talk. We were like, we're really going to focus on this so we can get our squats in. Mm-hmm. Oh, well. I'd rather just dance.
Same. It was fun, though. And
it is fun.
I think we have a dancing workout as a suggestion this week.
We do. I was just getting ready to say our weekly workout suggestion this week is Fuego. Of course, a Fuego, right? I love me a good Fuego. Suave sparring with Mindy, high intensity from 12/29/22. It's a good time.
And it's boxing.
My favorite song, it's a boxing. My favorite song is the Cola song. Mm-hmm. Wait, is my song out of here? The one where you say Olay. Where is it? Is that the Cola song? Maybe it is. I don't know. That's my favorite, and you always have to yell it. Yes. I thought it was called Olay, but I guess I don't know anything. But if you're working out with me in a party and you don't yell Olay during the Olay parts, you gotta go. You're kicked out. No, I'm kidding. Which one's your favorite in this one?
Last one. Calma.
That one's good too.
It's my absolute favorite. This was the first time I noticed dance in boxing. I feel like the movements and the music go together so perfect that it was intentionally mapped to get you to move more dance boxing versus traditional box form. That's what I'm going to say.
I'll agree with you. When this one came out, it was pivotal, and I played this that day like 4 or 5 times, and then just multiple times. Just I've played this one so much. It's a good time. It's very fun. Very fun.
It stands up to the test of time too. It's an older workout. I say
but
older,
we go back to it a lot.
2022.
Well, it is.
But we go back to it and still play, and it still holds. It still is as exciting, even though we're used to more complexity and different things now. This one is still great and still offers complexity, different brain teasing moments.
Yeah, there's still a target in Despacito that I'm like, oh, I missed it again.
Yeah.
Like every time it sneaks up on me. So, and you're right. I've never thought about this one. This one has, stood the test of time. We do go back to this one often, and it's at the forefront when we think about fun boxing. We're always like, oh, what about this one? So definitely go.
I was going to say, I usually try and when I pick workouts for competitions, for team competitions in Euclid, I try and sneak this one in somehow because I feel like it really does open you up to a whole new world if you've never played it. You just get a whole new vibe or way to box. It doesn't have to be all serious form all the time. It can be more fun and laid back and dancey.
And dance. Yeah.
I love this one.
I think it's cool that you find ways like that to let other people, or try to get other people to experience this workout. Yeah. But if you want to ever find any of the workouts that we mention, we do have an account called For the Love of the Map in the companion app, so you can easily bookmark workouts that we discuss each week. So
that's right.
And after you do this workout, what do they need to do?
Do not forget to rate it. That's right. Do the rating. Make sure you look to the left when you're done the workout and pick all the needful things. Did you like it? Did you love it? Was it not for you? You didn't like it? What you liked about it? Was it the movements? Was it the music? Always the coaching. Don't mute them. Listen to them. And do it, send them the feedback. They want to hear from us. It's important, even on these old workouts, but especially new workouts. And if you have more details to give them, hit other, and it will send you an email and you can give them all of your feedback. Write them novels like I do on occasion. And someone from support will be reply back to you within 24 hours. And don't forget to rate the workout.
That's right. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out with us. And
don't forget, the real love and joy of Supernatural is found in the journey you go on.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of For the Love of the Map. As always, you can join the discussion on our Facebook and Instagram profiles. The links can be found in the description box below. If you find value in our content, we'd appreciate if you'd share this show with your friends. See you guys next week.